Wow. Oh, man. That's what I'm talking about right there. That is what I'm talking about, y'all. Complete domination. Complete domination. We come out one of the highest scoring halves in basketball this year, I think. Great. It was just like watching an all-star game almost. Sixers freaking destroy the Lakers. Absolutely destroy. So thank you, LeBron, for choosing the Lakers over the Sixers. There was that off chance that he was thinking about coming to Philly when we were chasing him and Kawhi Leonard to go after another marquee big free agent to add to the core that we have here in Philadelphia with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. But if it wasn't for LeBron going out west and trying to pursue and promote his company or create a legacy out there in LA or do whatever he wants to do, thank you. Thank you for not coming to Philly and destroying our team, ripping it apart, controlling everything, being the coach, the GM, the water boy, the towel guy, everything. Thank you. Because if he was here, we wouldn't have been able to get Jimmy Butler. We wouldn't have been able to make the trade to get the bench players and bench pieces we had. And that key trade to get Tobias Harris. This team is off the charts. All four starters, let's say. Scores. Four starters, double figures. Ben Simmons didn't have the greatest night. 3 of 13. It's going to happen. He did shoot his first three. Almost went down. Was very happy to see that. I'm okay with it. Because before, we really would have scrutinized and really picked apart Ben for not having a great game. Because we always needed him to be on all the time. Like points, assists, rebounds. That doesn't need to happen anymore. Because of the acquisitions that we've made. Okay, Joel Embiid, absolute monster. That stomach virus still lingering a little bit, but he was able to put us on his back tonight. He was completely out. He was outstanding. He looked like the best center in the league tonight with the freaking over-the-back turnaround jumpers, the Euro steps, the dream shake, the freaking threes. I mean, he was just on from anywhere. He got to the line. He was knocking down his free throws. The entire arsenal for Joel Embiid was out tonight. Love to see it. Ben only had the 8 points, but he played some key defense tonight. Everybody contributed. Now, James Ennis had a very, very rough game. Okay, he needs to pick it up. He was getting scorched defensively. I don't even think he scored tonight. But he got eaten alive on the defensive end, so he's really got to pick that up. Korkmaz actually played okay. He's out there trying to earn some minutes with the new acquisition of Jonathan Simmons, so he's going to be splitting some time. But JJ was great. Tobias Harris in the beginning was on fire, and here's what I'll say with Brett. He's got to learn, because he's done it with Embiid in the past too. When a guy is freaking lighting it up and cooking like that, do not take him out and leave him out for 4 to 5 minutes. Because it completely derails what tear that he's going to go on, and he comes back and gets cold. Now, his issue, too, was he got two bogus fouls called on him. Those two last, one where he's boxing out Wilson Chandler was a bullshit call, and then that defense on Ingram was really ticky-tacky, I would say. He still ended up with 22 points. I already touched on JJ, and now we don't really see I can't even say it. The inefficiency, oh my God. The inability, let's just say that, of T.J. McConnell. He still knows how to run the point. He's been playing good ball. He was able to hit that open jumper for 3 right before the end of the half. I'm like tongue-tied. But you need him to spell Ben Simmons from time to time. And he's getting the amount of minutes that he should have been getting. Not the 20 to 30 or 28 minutes that he was getting cooked out there on defense. This is just a well-oiled machine now, and you're able to get Embiid minutes to sit on the bench. I thought even towards the end of the fourth, you could have gave him a couple more minutes on the bench with us being up 15, because Boban's going to do his thing. Mike Scott was unbelievable tonight. I thought he chipped in, and the key here, guys, too, 40 points from the bench to LA's 21. Mike Muscala showed out like he did. We all expected him to. He had a fantastic game. Thank you, Mike, for showing up and being the great basketball player that we all knew and loved here in Philadelphia. You were a huge contribution to the Sixers tonight, so I want to thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Just great. 143 points tonight. It was like a video game. It was just up and down, up and down. Now, our defense was not great tonight by any means. I would say it was subpar at the most, but you know, the Lakers, they're not that good, okay? Kuzma, I think he's a nice young block that you could build on. He was outstanding tonight. He was hitting threes from all over the place, but then he cooled down, and I thought we got on him defensively. Jimmy, I thought, had a good game. It was just an even flow. These guys are going to start to see that they're going to be able to give up shots. Not everybody's going to want to have the ball because there's only one ball to share, but I mean, I just thought this team showed out tonight. They turned it on in the fourth quarter, which they needed to do. They took the lead when they needed to in the fourth, and they maintained it. That was the biggest key I wanted to see tonight. Okay, huge, huge win. And Brett Brown is getting better with his rotations. And people were saying, you know, why leave Innocent? Why leave Innocent? Well, you know, you want to keep JJ fresh too, to do his thing, what he's been doing the past couple games. But what up, Philly? What up, Philly 500? Pick and pop is our weakness. Yeah, that destroyed us tonight. You know, I don't want Embiid going anywhere further than his defense. You know, the guy he's guarding on offense has to go. Because when they pull him out, there's always a guy going to cut to the basket, sneaks behind the defense, and it's an easy two. And that's what they want you to do. It's exactly what LeBron wants you to do. He wasn't really a factor tonight points-wise. He didn't take over. I don't know if it's because he's still hurt, hampered from that injury that he had, or it's just he wanted everybody else to show out. I honestly think it has to do with the injury. He was more of a facilitator tonight. He didn't get his triple-double like he usually did, but he was still in effect. And I was cool with letting LeBron score, okay? You want to trade buckets with us and have you go off for 30-some? I don't care. But they kind of slowed him down tonight. He wasn't really a factor points-wise. I think he ended up with 18 points. He's been shooting a lot more threes lately. Whether that has to do with that injury or coming of age, he's been nice, though, from behind the arc. He sure is, Philly 500. Cowboys X Facto, what up? So what y'all think? Y'all happy with this win? I thought it was great. Yeah, okay, so let's talk about that. Magic comes up to the game. Okay, most owners don't really leave and go to the games. Then there was this report saying Simmons wants to meet up with him during the offseason to talk big guard play. Now, everybody needs to stop tripping out. What up, Voorhees? What's going on? Yo, you say some funny ass shit on Facebook, bro. You always got me rolling. All the time. But y'all don't have to worry. Let him go out. He's probably going to try to lure him out to LA, blah, 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 blah. I don't think it's going to happen. Why would you want to leave the situation that you're in to try to go? It's hard being a Lakers fan. Hey, JR Smooth, you know it was going to happen. I thought Sixers starting 5. It's great with Harris. It's phenomenal. It's second best in the league. I kind of want Simmons to learn from Magic. He ain't going to... Yeah, I don't think so. But there's going to be the speculation that he's going to want to go to the Lakers. And, of course, I'm sure Magic's going to try everything in the book. Yes, he is. I was trying to tell everybody this, that he is. He's like a Melo. But let him go talk. Let him learn from Magic. Let him try to do everything he can to soak it all up. You know, because his offensive game is far from finished. I think it's below average, if you really think about it. He stays around, around the basket, around 4 to 5 feet, because that's where his mainstay is. He missed another dunk tonight. You know, he was trying to take the roof off of Wells Fargo Center. What grade would you give the bench, both ends of the court? I'd give him a B-. I thought they played pretty well tonight. Almost went to. Would you trade Simmons for Anthony Davis? No. I would not trade him for Anthony Davis just because of what Simmons brings to the table. And you all know I've been hard on Simmons all year long. But what he can do defensively, and he can run the court. Yeah, the jump shot is a far from finished product, but he adds an element to where he can rebound, you know, he can run the offense. So if you do, plus Anthony Davis is a phenomenal player. Is he better than Ben Simmons? Yes. I don't know how he would fit into this team and play with Embiid. That's the only reason I wouldn't do that acquisition to try to get Anthony Davis. Who's that? Who'd you thought was just a shooter, bro? Voorhees. Would you be point guard if we trade him? Would the Sixers point guard if we traded him? That's my thoughts, too. Yeah, so we keep him, let him get refined, whatever he wants to do over the offseason, whether it's from LeBron or Magic. Because he reminds me more of Magic, even though I didn't get to see Magic play, what I've seen in vids, rather than LeBron. Because Magic really didn't develop a jumper either. He still kept him honest, but he was more of a, push the up-tempo offense and distribute, which Ben likes to do. That's his mainstay. He looks to pass the ball. And he can get his offense going. So right now it's a slower process because you can lean on Tobias Harris and the Mike Scotts and the bench. So he don't have to go out. Yeah, no, everybody we got in that Clippers trade, it filled a need. That's why everybody was like, oh, Shamet this, Shamet that. We got 3 pieces for 1. Huge. And we got rid of Mike Muscala, which was even better. Ben needs to be better at making contested layups. Yeah, he's a little weak when it comes to that. I would like him to go up strong instead of trying to, stop and take a quick jump. He rushes a lot of his shots. You know what I mean? He rushes them. So I think he needs to just go up, take it strong, and dunk it. Now, he was trying to take the roof off the crib down at the Wells Fargo Center with that dunk. But just breathe. I think he wanted to show up his mentor. That was a nice block he had on LeBron towards the end of the game. But the three-pointer from nice look. It was a nice look. And I was okay with him taking that. Because, again, the roof would have exploded if he made that. They went nuts when he attempted it. So I'm cool with him taking shots and missing them. Just as long as you keep the defense honest. Because you saw the way LeBron played him tonight. He backed off and dared him to shoot. And they freaking filled up the paint. But we still got 70 points in the paint tonight. Nah, dude. Ingram's not garbage. I think he's just in the wrong system. What do you think? Bobby is the Giant. I want to see him shoot even more. So do I, Philly 500. And Bobby's huge. Again, great trade by EB. LeBron looked like a scrub. I think we played good tonight, but he's still coming off of that injury, so I don't know if he's 100% yet, and he's trying to take it off. I mean, he wanted to do less for a team. He picked the wrong team, but I'm glad. Okay, they do have a lot of young pieces, but that's why they're trying to go out and get Anthony Davis. They're going to try to get 3 superstars. You get Anthony Davis there, there's going to be guys coming in free agency, namely Klay Thompson that's going to go there and play with you. So you don't have to worry about these young guys. You'll have a young piece in Anthony Davis when you trade Kuzma and the rest of those guys. They want to win now. They've been in the cellars for the longest the Lakers have ever been. They've never been this bad in the entire franchise's history. Combined Sixers last year. I never want TJ to leave Philly. Yeah, he's a dog, and we need him. And I love how he plays full court press the entire game. That's his niche. It keeps the defense honest. And you don't hone in on his inefficiencies because he's not playing 20 to 25 minutes anymore. He's playing the amount of minutes that you expect out of TJ to where he's not going to hurt you that bad. He's great on the offensive end because he's a true floor general. But he would always get cooked when he was playing 25 to 28 minutes on defense. Now you're getting the 14, 15 minutes. Plus, he's not going to be gassed by the end of that time because he's used to playing those minimal minutes as a backup. He's a true, pure backup point guard. And I don't think he wants to play anywhere but here. He is the heart and soul of this team, as Jimmy Butler stated before. He embodies Philly. He is what Philly is, okay? He's a lunch pail guy, hard to work, going to put his body on the line for a win. So, they definitely got to re-sign him. He's huge. I'm hoping we can get Boban back here next year. The same with Mike Scott. I don't want any of those guys we acquired from the Clippers to leave. All big pieces. Huge. Mike Scott can defend, he's athletic, and he shoots it from a high percentage from downtown. What up, WT Fly? Sixers cheated in 67 and 83. Oh, stop. And the other thing, too, with tonight, we shot a scorching 57% from the floor, and we hit 12 threes from downtown. So 50% from behind the arc. Oh, no. Scott's better than Korkmaz. definitely. But, you know, it helps when you shoot nearly 60% from the field. That was just unbelievable. We just were not missing many at all. That was good. That always helps, but that's not going to happen night in and night out. Dr. J overrated. Yeah, you're a troll. How many points does a bench need to score to be considered a great bench? I'd say about 40 to 45 points. You want to at least get that out of your bench. Lakers don't have a starting unit. They do not have a bench. They are in a deep hole. So they should have went all... Well, they did. They offered everything to the Pelicans. It was on them for not pulling the trigger. But, you know, they should do whatever they have to do to acquire... Yeah, Philly 500, that dude's a troll. New score 2-0. No, new Sixers. Yeah, dude, I mean, we're cooking. I definitely think we're favorites to go to. I cannot wait for that matchup Tuesday against Boston. Even with Kyrie being hampered a little bit, I ain't scared. I want them to be fully loaded, so when we smoke them and wipe the floor with them, Creeper 183 on here can be getting his tissues out, and all the rest of them freaking happy-go-lucky title town scumbag Boston fans. Because you're going down. Me too. I can't wait. So Marcus Morris can eat his words. When Steve Henry got a prostate exam and he liked it. What you mean by that, Philly 500? I don't think we really needed Ellington. I think we've got a good enough team as is. I don't really know if there's anybody out there worth signing at this point. I'd have to take the look. You know, the two guys that we really wanted went to Detroit and the Pacers, respectively. So... we'd really have to take a look and see, but I kind of like the team we have right now. I love it, Philly 500. That's great. And you're out there in L.A., Philly 500, so I hope you're representing hard. And everybody should be excited more over the Clippers than the Lakers. Yeah, I'd like to go after Marquise Morris. I actually forgot that he got bought out, so I would go after him. You got the connection from him being a Philly guy. He needs a team. Then he could be in a huge rivalry with his brother. How far are you from L.A., Philly 500? Ben should be on an All-NBA team. Yeah, he's a very good defender. You know, so when he's not affecting the game, rebounding or passing, defense, huge. I still want him to take it up strong and dunk. Yeah, Justin Patton's nice. I know about Justin Patton, styled Prince. I'd like to add him to the team. I just don't know if there's any more spots, really. Zaire Smith is not with the Bluecoats anymore. Okay, so you're not for... Oh, Sacramento. You've been to any Sacramento games. Did you go to the game the other night when the Sixers were out there? Patton can shoot. He could jump out of the gym. I know it's all about getting them feet healthy. He's had 3 surgeries on them feet. On both feet. What does the Sixers bench need to do to get better? Get Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson, Jesus! Zaire Smith. I'd love to have Zion Williamson. You add a guy like that to the team. Yeah, I went there 2 years. Sixers were here. Okay. It's a shame, dude. We struggle with them. We made it all. Our assets are on the floor. We just may have the best team in the NBA. That's what we wanted, bro. It's exactly what we wanted. I'm happy with everything that has transpired right now. I'd like to get Zaire Smith, though. I don't know how close he is to playing. I saw him. He's not with the Bluecoats anymore. I saw him on the sidelines on the bench tonight, so maybe that's a good sign that he's ready to go. I think he's really still our last piece, because if you put him behind J.J. Redick off the bench, that solidifies your defense really perfectly. Because he can defend the perimeter. He's great in an up-tempo. He's long, athletic. I really think that's really the final piece. He's our golden goose right now. Just get healthy, kid. Yeah, I could see that as being a comparison. I hope he can develop his shot like Avery Bradley did. But you get him healthy and even add Patton, if we can, to the team. Yeah, LeBron wasn't really affected tonight. Do you see LeBron storm off? Yeah, he was definitely pissed. Did you see the face he made when Ben hit the turnaround jumper on him? The bench was good tonight. The bench was outstanding tonight. 40 points. No more of these 11 to 20-point games from our bench. I can't either, Nigel. Ferk. Yo, Korkmaz definitely is trying to earn his stripes. He did tonight. I thought he was a little bit better. He's hustling a lot more. Defensively, he's still going to be an issue, but you know, as long as he just puts that energy out there and can hit some shots and stays open behind the arc and hustles to get rebounds, you know, you can't ask anything more. Because he played good defense on Caldwell Pope on that one play. He just hit him with that turnaround shot. That was vicious. But he didn't play bad defense tonight. Ooh, a baby Iggy. I don't know if I'd put him in those respects. He doesn't need to play defense on this team. Bold no longer a part of the process this season. I don't know. He's kind of fallen out of the rotation, which I'm kind of surprised. I mean, Brett has a lot on his plate now. Who gets playing time over who? After seeing what Ennis, you know, he had a weak game tonight. I don't know if you base that off of taking him out next game and possibly having a bigger lineup with Bolden in there with a little bit more bounce. Or if Embiid wants to have rest, he'll definitely get a blow because then you'll have Marjanovic and Bolden at your 5 or the 4 respectively. Yo, no, you keep him, Smooth. I'm glad y'all have him. Ecstatic. Thank you. Thank you, LeBron. Thank you for L.A. You know, having all the glitz and glamour, Hollywood, being on the big stage, for taking all the big free agents. I appreciate it. This is where it is now, where I respectively love being a smaller city and a less desirable city for LeBron James not coming here and ruining our team. Thank you. He's got big things on the line. He's got that finals on the line to not going to. Same with the playoffs. Are they going to make the playoffs? Yo, Muscala's a beast, Philly, 2008. He played a huge part in the Sixers winning tonight. Today. So, Muscala was an animal tonight. Thank you. It was like to blow out a team without an opportunity. Exactly. We put the nail in the coffin when we needed to most. It was just the point of getting a little bit of a lead, and we did, and we maintained it. We actually built off of a lead and maintained it. Huge. You see what having a bench does? And having a starting 5 like we do? Whew. Scary. Yo, Magic is trying to... Yeah, he is. That's fine. We still got Ben for another year. I'm glad he did. If you're all Laker fans, wish Simmons would have made that 3. Me too. It almost went down, though, so can we complain? I loved what he did. Embiid had a great game, family love. He had a great game. Hey, could be. After making them moves Elton Brand did. I want to see how we play against Boston. Because I kind of expected us to romp the Lakers. Lakers are not that good. They aren't. So... Magic's got a lot of moves to make. Let's see if he's got some magic up his sleeve to make that team a contender. Because they're still a far way away. Nah, Kraft came there, I think, because of Meek Mills. Yes, they do. You've got Markieff Morris coming out saying they don't play as a team. It's kind of individuals. I think they all know Kyrie's going to bounce on them next year. There's a chance Kyrie out for Tuesday. Even better for us. You know, I wish he was playing, so there's no excuses like, oh, Kyrie wasn't playing from all the whiny Boston faithful. But that's okay. We come in there and we're going to smoke them. Because nobody can stop Joel Embiid on that team. Who are you going to cover now? Who? Kind of tough when you've got 4 options in your starting lineup that can easily go for 25-plus night in and night out. Oh, and then you got Ben Simmons, who can still affect the game and score. So who are you going to guard? See, all these guys and spreading the floor, this should allow Ben Simmons to have an uptick in points. Because it should give him a lot of ISO one-on-one situations. I think earlier in the game, like the first half, we were playing more the Lakers style than our style. It was a lot of up and down, up-tempo, and that's not our game. Our game is the half court, set it down, and feed the beast. And run the offense through him. So that's why I thought we were scrambling. Oh, and the other thing. We actually had 8 turnovers tonight. I can't remember the last game we had when we only had 8 turnovers. Usually we have 8 turnovers in the first quarter, let alone 8 turnovers for the entire game. So that's insanity. Great by the team not being able to turn the ball over 5 freaking times on sloppy passes. We had 10 steals. Just all-around great game for this Sixers team. I personally think JJ benefits the most from the starting 5. Well, all them open looks, now you can't double them because you got Tobias Harris, who's a greater threat behind the arc than JJ is. Yo, Jabuk, is that how you say your name? I'll just call you Ja. I love Tobias Harris. I loved him ever since I saw him in Orlando. I wanted this guy on our team 2 years ago when he was a free agent. Or going to be a free agent before he got traded. I'm loving with the kid's game and what he can do. I think he would have fit seamless here with the Sixers. And when they got out and got him, my mind was blown. It was crazy. I mean, he just fits seamless into the offense because he doesn't have to have any plays drawn up for him. If you look at the way he is able to access points without even having the ball in his hands with minimal shots, I mean, the dude could easily put up, 15 points on like 5 shots. So you want to have a piece like that. I think he's the next to Embiid. Other than Embiid, he's the most deadliest offensive player on the team. Harris. It was a phenomenal trade. So when everybody was all butthurt about the trade, I really couldn't understand why. Shamet, yes, was a nice little addition if we could have held on to him. But you got to give something to get something. People are like, why not Korkmaz? Well, because Korkmaz doesn't have the value Landry Shamet does. Will he turn into a nice player? Possibly. But not on this team. You were able to hold on to Zaire Smith. Hopefully he can really produce and give you something. I know the Sixers are enamored with him. So, Landry Shamet's doing his thing out in L.A. He helped the Clippers beat Boston the other night. I'm excited too, FaZe. Maybe Iverson and his mom can make a comeback. I don't know. I hope AI can get a job with the organization, though. Harper signing with the Phillies tomorrow. Yeah, I hope so. I'm hearing the Giants are in the mix. I know Harris is definitely going to stay, guys. He loves it here. He's come out and said the 2 things that he loves most is loyalty and winning. And that's what we offer, is loyalty and winning. He wasn't going to do anything to Detroit. And look what he's been traded for in his career. Okay, he was in the I can't talk, I'm so excited. In the Blake Griffin trade, okay, he was the main piece. And now he's in the main piece in our trade. I mean, just got tremendous value. He keeps getting traded. I think he's found a home here in Philadelphia with the atmosphere, the chance to actually play for a championship. I mean, before the season start, I still thought we were 2 years away from winning a championship. Then you get Jimmy Butler. Makes you think, oh, man, we've got a great chance of going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I still didn't think we were going to make the championship with Jimmy. But you get Tobias and Marjanovic and Scott. Yo, we have a very great chance of making it to the NBA Finals this year. We just sped up the process 2 years by EB being aggressive and whipping out his balls. They're big, and he's showing the league, don't mess with Philadelphia. He's got some big old balls, brass ones. Thank you, Elton Brand, for doing what you do. I would like to keep Boban, too. It's all a money situation. You don't like Boban, family love? He's nice. He's not a shot blocker, but he alters shots, so he doesn't have to be. He's a big body guy. He's got a nice offensive game around the bucket. And he's great for Embiid when he needs to get a breather. Okay, you want to go defend a 7'2", 250-pound center who's got a feathery touch around the basket and shoot threes. Then you give him a break. You got to deal with a 7'3", 290-pound guy. Not an easy task. I know, it's a shame. That's why if the Sixers happen, I'm not going to say it to jinx it, but if they do, hopefully he gets one. He gets that shiny thing we didn't get in 2001 because of the Lakers. Redemption, bitch. Would you be able to sign Tobias and Jimmy? We can. If you guys remember, but I think they want to re-sign Ben Simmons this season. Try to get a deal done, even though he's still got another year on his rookie contract. So I don't know if you can give Jimmy the max. I would give Tobias the max, definitely. Jimmy might have to take a little less. But it all depends on what we do this season. I think for Jimmy to stay or leave. But he's shown he's still being able to do his thing. Winning solves everything, guys. And money should be second nature at this point. Winning solves it all. Sixers very dangerous championship. They are the second best unit in the NBA next to the Golden State Warriors. I only give it to the Warriors because when you got Boogie 100%, they got a great starting five. Yeah, but see, they wouldn't have taken him because there's no trade value in Markel. You know, Magic can wait on him because they're not going anywhere. The Clippers are trying to maintain and keep themselves in the playoffs. Plus, they already have a point guard. And Shea Alexander, I don't know how to say his last name. No, dude, Brandon Ingram's not bad. I don't know. See, here's the thing I'll say about Brandon Ingram. When he was in college, he was a point forward, okay? He needs to take up the ball to be effective. Get a lot of ISO ball with him. I think he's a very good player. You throw him into a system where you take him off his game, that's basically like saying, okay, Ben Simmons, we're going to put you at the 3, and we want to turn you into a three-point shooter. That's what they're doing with Brandon Ingram. He has to leave the Lakers because they have so many ball-dominant players on their team. You got Rajon Rondo, you got freaking Josh Hart, you got LeBron James. There's 3 guys that need the ball in their hand, technically, to run an offense. That's what Brandon Ingram did in college. You're asking him to be a shooting guard, which he isn't. So he should be a mainstay to leave. I think he's going to be a beast. I loved Ingram coming out of the draft. I wanted the Sixers to take Ingram over Ben Simmons that year. So I think he's just in the wrong situation. He needs to go. Kuzma better than Tatum? Kuzma's nice. You know, Tatum's not shining like he did last year, but Kuzma was a nice find. Brooklyn kind of screwed up on that one. But you don't know what you're going to get out of a pick that low. Warriors being top team. How do you like Ben's jump shot today? I was cool with it, Patel. Cool with Ben Simmons taking jumpers. You know, they're not pretty, but if it goes in, it goes in. But I'd like him to keep shooting. Whether he makes them or not, keep the defense honest. Kuzma is... I honestly want... That year that they came out, I wanted the Sixers to nab them with one of our second-round picks, Kuzma. I didn't think he'd go in the first. And it almost happened. Yo, right, Rod? Wasn't it worth it, bro? Game was awesome. So this must have been a late game for you, right, Rod? Because it's early here. Because LeBron's a crybaby. You know, he would have won an award for that next to all his MVPs. Biggest crybaby in the game. He acts like he never fails anybody. That's not too bad. 7:30. I thought it was maybe a little earlier. But he wants the refs to bail him out every freaking time. It's not just LeBron. It's a lot of players in the league. They look to the ref to bail him out. Every time they take the rock to the basket, they expect a call. Like, come on, bro. Shut up. You wouldn't have survived in the 80s. Because it would be a little bit more than a little tap on the shoulder. Guys left with broken noses and bloody lips, and there were no calls. I'm all for Ben taking more shots. They're going to start falling eventually. Just keep them honest. Keep jacking them up. Keep shooting the jumpers, Ben. Please. Nobody's going to care if you miss them. Throw the blame on the coach. Who puts the blame on the coach? Oh, LeBron, yeah, I know. He's not doing so good in Minnesota. Sarge is having one of his worst years. He's a free agent next year. I don't know if he'll re-sign with Minnesota. They don't have him in the starting lineup. That place is a place where the players go to die. Like the Magic. Their careers, I mean. Yeah, I know he does. That's what I'm saying. Everywhere he goes, he controls every situation. So he can do that shit once he's out of the league. He'd be a great GM. Because he's played one ever since he's entered the league. And 2003. So that shit would have been happening here in Philadelphia. He would have wanted his own coach in here. I mean, he got Tyrone Lue to coach the Cavs, and really? Tyrone Lue he's not a good coach. And he will forever be remembered because of Allen Iverson. So thank you, Tyrone Lue. That step over. Ain't nobody ever forget that. I don't think the Lakers are going to win a championship with LeBron. They had a lot of young talent they should invest in. Yeah, but if you can get a player like Anthony Davis, so you get Anthony, he wants to recreate what he did in Miami. You get 3 superstars, and then you just fill the rest out with middling talent, like they did in Miami. You got Wade, him, and Bosh. You could get him, AD, and Klay Thompson. Fill the roster out with a couple older vets. They'll compete. AD leaves. That would be funny. Celtics get AD. That would be funny. Could happen because that wasn't one of his destinations. Imagine him teaming up with Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, but Jefferson, he could leave if he goes to Boston. So they'd have him for a year and a half, try to convince him to stay, which we never know where anybody's going to stay. I swore Paul George was going to go to the Lakers. Had a year with Russell Westbrook in OKC. Decided to stay, liked it so much. And he's putting on a tear. I don't know why he's not in MVP conversations. Although Giannis is deserving of it most, in my opinion. The Pels want Tatum. That's the trade. They're willing to give him Tatum. Hell yeah, blow them Lakers out. That's what I'm talking about. I think because he's coming off an injury. And he just got to the team, Patel. I still want Shamet back. I miss him too, but hey, I'd rather have Tobias Harris. What was that, Family Love? I saw LeBron something. 4 MVPs. So, definitely awesome, man. We'll have to see, but the Lakers, I think, could still be in the mix for Anthony Davis. I think he should be right, but James Harden is an unbelievable talent. Okay, don't get me wrong. Unbelievable. I think the best offensive player I've ever watched play. But when you get 35 shots a game and you're putting up 40 points, that doesn't wow me. So what? Like, why should he be in the mention? Because he's putting his team on his back? He's the only player on there that's healthy. Let's get real. I was happy with his subs tonight, Benjamin. Anybody have all access players starting 5? Paul George is absolutely amazing. He has put that team. That is Paul George's team, not Westbrook's team anymore. Now, Giannis, I think, is deserved at number 1. He deserves to be at number 1 right now in the MVP race, but Embiid's not even in the mentioned either. Why? The guy has been unbelievable. You want to put Harden up there for 30-point games? Embiid's put up 30 and 10 for 24 times this season. Beast. Yeah, he has. Westbrook looks old to me this year. I don't know what happened to Westbrook. I don't know if his knees are shot. His shooting efficiency is way down. He's shooting like 20% from downtown. I think he's happy Paul George stayed because he can kind of lean on him now. But look at what Westbrook has done over his career. I mean, he's literally put that team on his back for 10 years. You think win team LeBron or Giannis? Oh, I don't watch the All-Star game, so I could care less. I don't even know who's on each other's team. I know Embiid is with Giannis and Westbrook, I think. But NBA All-Star game is extremely boring. The only one I watch is baseball because they actually try. I might watch the skilled game because they actually have some big names in it this year. Well, he is 31, guys. Let's not forget Westbrook. So, not everybody's LeBron James and takes care of their body like LeBron. Usually guys that age aren't doing what LeBron has done. So, he's pretty amazing in that retrospect. Yeah, I'm not saying that, but I don't think Harden should be, like, put on this pedestal. He was great last year. Look what he did with that team last year. So, we should have to see. But I think there should be, Paul George should be over him. this year than James Harden. Definitely an amazing talent, though. Best offensive guy I've seen step on a court. Rod, we're really going to get... Yo, Rod, if they win the championship, are you going to come up here? You going to fly all the way to Philadelphia from Australia? If they are in the finals, you going to come watch a game at the Wells Fargo Center? You ever been to America? If Butler and Harris both leave, what would be plan B? Oof. Try to go after one of the big free agents out there. Whether it's Giannis or Porzingis or any of those guys. But I don't think we have to worry about that. I think 100... I'll say 95% Tobias Harris resigns. All right, Jefferson, you get on the court. We'll resign you then. Well, I don't... Magic's got to be shaking in his boots. There's a lot of expectations with him coming here this year. Imagine if he had Paul George over Jimmy. Dude, that would be sick. Westbrook is one of Thunder's biggest weaknesses. I think he hurts and helps the team at the same time with his ability for the playmaking and being able to take over a game. But I think he took way too many shots when they had Harden and Durant. He always took the last shot, and I think he should have passed it off. But when he played at UCLA, he was known as just a defensive stopper, just an athletic phenom. So he's learned to play point guard since he's came in the league. He didn't really have a position when he was at UCLA. Was a great defensive guard. Nobody saw him turning into this offensive phenom. I haven't heard anything about Zaire, John. I have no idea. Hopefully soon. I'm thinking maybe the end of February, early March. No, he's not. He was up at the... Zaire's not in the G League. He was at the game tonight. Yeah, Schroeder was a big pickup for them. Yep, Rod, you gotta get up here, bro. You ever come up here, we'll link up. Come to the finals if we go. I mean, it's like a 24-hour flight, but how do you miss that? I don't know how long you've been following the team for, Rod, but I think it's worth it if they haven't been to the finals since 2001. Good. So maybe he's close to getting back. We could really use Zaire. Thunder GM. Yeah, Sam Presti's is a great GM with Daryl Morey too. Okay. I was wondering if you got to see the AI days. Ben Simmons took 4 jumpers, including the first shot of the game. Yeah, I know, right? I think he was trying to show up LeBron. They were giving it to him. That's the only time he's ever taken any jump shots, is when LeBron gave him the freedom to. Kyrie's great, but the problem is he's never freaking healthy. And people were talking about going after Kyrie. I don't want Kyrie Irving. No thanks. Who knows? I don't think that dude's ever going to play a full season in his career. If he does ball out and he turns into something, then good for him. But he was never going to progress with the Sixers because of playing with Ben Simmons. They both need the ball to be effective in the game. He was never going to turn into a shooting guard. He needs to be effective. He has to have the ball in his hand and run point. So, you know, it's not like you could sit here and regret it because we wouldn't have, and we got something for him. So let's just be happy with that. Kuzma lit him up. Like Christmas tree? Nope. It was either him or LeBron. So, you're going to have to take it, Sean. I'm cool with it, though. I do, too. I feel bad for Markelle. I wanted him to pan out here. He never did. Kuzma is streaky, but he's a baller. Out of all those draft picks they had, he's turned out to be one of the better ones. Because Brandon Ingram's had a down year this year. I only think it's because he's in a wrong system, though. They're not using him right. You have no Lonzo Ball. They're a mess. He got rusty, though. I think the Sixers adjusted. Who knows? Yeah, the biggest thing with Fultz, it's the mental. And then comes the physical. I think mentally he's what has drawn him out from basketball. It's not this TSO syndrome he has. But big win tonight. We got Boston on Tuesday. Huge rivalry. I hope we can sign the other Morris twin. Yeah, well, I think we adjusted from shutting him down. He was cooking in the first quarter. He could not miss a shot. I really thought Bamba would be a beast this year. Nikola is their all-star. Ironic. Yeah. Vujovic is nice. There were talks about them trading him, but he's been down there so long. They didn't get rid of him. They got Aaron Gordon, who's okay. But, yeah, marquee. He's a free agent. Or not a free agent, but he was cleared on waivers. I'd like to go after him and add him to the rotation. Can never have enough shooting, Jefferson. Plus, he's from Philly. You have that connection. So let's pray he wants to play for a team, and then he could have a huge rivalry with his brother. I mean, Boston and Philly have a huge rivalry going back to the 80s. Probably even before then. So go out and get him. He's more of a 4. But you can play him at the 3 if you want to have a big lineup. He's a good rebounder. Actually, you could even play him at the 5 if you wanted to do some small ball. But he can stretch the floor. He can shoot. So I'd rather have a guy that can shoot than pass any day. You know what I mean? That's why I liked Ingram over Ben Simmons coming out of that draft. Everybody thought I was crazy. Me and Adrian got into huge arguments over it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're Philly kids. Yeah, I don't want Enes Kanter. I'm good. I don't want Enes Kanter. The dude thinks he's going to get murdered by the Turkish government. He plays no defense either. I'm glad we got Boban. Now we can rest Embiid. Yep. True. Golden State goes to Denver and Western Cleveland. Team good. Yeah, I'm not. I think we can match up with Golden State very well. They both learned under Pop, the coaches, Kerr and Brett Brown. They kind of play the same style defense. I think Golden State likes to run a little bit more up tempo because they've never had a post presence like they have in Boogie. But Tuesday's the big game. This was going to be a fun game to watch just because LeBron's coming here, and it's the Lakers. They beat us in 0-1, and it's always a great matchup. But I didn't really think they'd give us fits because they stink. They're not good. And I revel in this because of them never really being that bad ever, since I've been alive at least. But I think in their whole franchise, they've never really had a losing seasons like this, back to back to back. They've been bad for like 6 years now. They've stunk. And it's because they don't have that franchise player like they had in Kobe. The guys they've drafted haven't really panned out with all the number 2 picks they've had overall. You've got Ball. Nope. Brandon Ingram has struggled mightily. D'Lo is finally starting to do something, but he had to leave L.A. to really progress. This is his first year he's actually done anything, and he's a reserve. I'd take Klay Thompson over Jimmy Butler any day. 100%. He would be the perfect fit. But he's not going to come over here. West Coast kid. His dad played for the Lakers in the 80s. So he's not going to leave there. He played his college ball over there. He's West Coast through and through. Played 107 regular season games. Brandon Ingram would flourish if LeBron wasn't there. I know. He's a point forward. And they have him playing at a position. Kobe was a beast. But they haven't had a player like Kobe's caliber since that. That's why they were happy to try to go after LeBron. See, back in the day, they always used to get the big free agents. Because they had the money, they had the glitz, the glamour, they had the great weather, yada, yada, yada. Well, that doesn't happen anymore. These big guys don't leave to go out there because of the amount of money you can make these days. And the small markets are still in play. So it's dope. They used to be like the Yankees, always gobbling up all the great players. Don't happen no more. Okay, you got to draft well. They haven't done so. That's why they're trying to make a play for Anthony Davis. And you think about it, Boston's been in that same situation. From all those draft picks that they accumulated from the Nets and being high up in the draft when they were in the playoffs, they really haven't hit a home run either. I mean, Tatum's nice. Is he a superstar? Yet to be seen. But I think they're willing to give up him to acquire Anthony Davis. You need that building block. See, we got one in Joel Embiid. Surefire superstar. Still yet to be seen with Ben Simmons. He's a good player, yes. I don't think he's a superstar yet. If he acquires that jumper and he can knock it down consistently, superstar. Wester Presti. Are you talking about Jerry West? I think the best GM is R.C. Buford in the league. Sam Presti's there, though. But R.C. Buford, definitely the best GM in the league. I hope so, Jefferson. I really hope he is. Hope him all the best. He's got to upgrade that offensive game, though, for show, for show. Did you fall out of your seat when Ben attempted a three? I dropped my chicken wing. I did. But it's because it slipped out, not because he made that shot. But I was happy. Yeah, Jerry West is a good GM. Definitely. Besides Iverson, best player Sixers had in the 2000s. I'd say Thad Young. I thought he was pretty consistent for the years he was here. I was a big fan of Drew Holiday, but he didn't turn into that player he is now when he was with the Sixers. We didn't, we had him for like 4 or 5 years. Eric Snow, stop it, Sean. Come on, bro. Did you see Eric Snow lately? Dude, he looks like a freaking mountain. He looks like he needs to go on 600-pound life. How's the beer in Philly? I think we got some pretty good ones. We got Yards. We traded that to the Wolves, right? God, I don't remember who we traded him to now. He's been on so many teams. He's a legit circle. We've got some decent beers, though, Rod. Ben gets an offensive game, the Sixers are winning a championship. No doubt about it. But he might not have to with the team we have now. So it can progress. It can take some time. Pork belly ramen. Ugh. Is that good? I don't know, bro. So, big matchup, though. Destroy the Lakers. I expected us to handle them. Not that well, though. We maintained the lead. Only 8 turnovers. Let's build off of this and do that every game. I'm tired of being 27th in the league. Is it good, Jefferson? I'll have to try it. Sixers not winning the chip anytime soon. Stop hating J.R. Smooth. You got your franchise player, Mike Muscala. I know you were probably rocking his jersey today, too. Don't be salty. Give credit where it's due. Mike Muscala is your MVP. He's the guy you got to build off of, Smooth. Dominating the early 80s from the 80s. They were in the finals 3 times. Yeah, I missed all that, family love. I didn't get to see any of that. Just memories and clips that I've seen. No, they don't. We could dominate Golden. Well, not dominate. But I think it would be a good series. Salt of the earth. Dope. All right, y'all. I'm going to head up out of here. Yes, right. That's why I want to see a championship, because I missed out on all of it. It's been 35 years. Them 50-cent noodles, I lived off of those in college. That's what I thought you were talking about. But it was a great win. I'd love to keep talking to you guys, but I got to go. Good night for the Sixers. They get some rest. Embiid played all that with a sickness. Man, oh man. I hope he can bring it and duplicate it what he did tonight on Tuesday, because I want to rub it into Boston. With all their comments, just everything about Boston bothers me. I freaking hate that team. I hate them worse than the Knicks. I hate them. Worse than New York. So I want to just dominate like we did tonight. We can't have turnovers, which we didn't have tonight. Only 8. Phenomenal with taking care of the basketball. Shot 57% from the field. Probably won't be able to duplicate that, but if we can, Dope. Hit 12 threes, 50% from downtown as well. Didn't get to the line, but we still got 70 points in the paint. 10 steals, and that was only on defense that I thought we played. I'd give it a C plus our defense tonight. If we can play the defense we played against Golden State, against Boston, and do what we did tonight, might as well just give us the chip now. But I don't want to get cocky, because you still have to play the games. That's why we play the games. Because it's not all about paper. Yeah, Robert Kraft was there because he's good friends with Meek Mills. And probably because of the Boston Celtics. So a little bit of both. He's been to a couple games this year. Yes, they are, Sam. Let's keep that mentality. Go Sixers. This is Kyle Gaffner with the Bitter Birds. Leave your comments. How do you think we played tonight? Do you think the way we played tonight is enough to get us to the Eastern Conference Finals, if not the championship? Give me your thoughts. Leave them down. I'm out. Peace!